expertise. Okay, recording in progress. Got it. um, I just to share a little bit about me, I have worked in many different positions in the self-sufficiency program for 30 years on November 8th, but who's counting? And I can, really say that throughout the years, we've seen many changes. Any of you who have worked with the program for a number of years have gone along with the ride with us on those changes. But I really am excited about this transformation that we're building on from the work that we've already been on, and really are looking forward to getting the guidance from you and our staff in terms of what is working with the vision into action and some of those areas where we'll definitely need your expertise. As I said before, we've gone through many changes, and one of the areas that we've been evolving in is really using that community voice and that consumer voice. We know that people who are served know best how we should be serving them, and what they need to thrive. And so our agency has been doing a lot to try to get to a yes with families. We even have a little saying within our teams around playing the gray, saying what is the way to get to a yes when we can, and do it appropriately within our budget and within our funding streams and our policy and all of the above. But we really are trying to understand better what those needs are from families and communities so that we are able to get to a yes. We've also been shifting a lot of the responsibility for our staff of not just providing a benefit, but really helping people achieve well-being, trying to, push some of our services upstream so that we're able to, help support families that, maybe need a little bit of help, but from falling deeper into poverty, and then trying to help prevent poverty in the first place. For a long time, we have been trying to work families into what's that career path, but we know that not for everybody it's a career, right? There's other avenues. And so we really are trying to look at achieving well-being in a more comprehensive way. And, to that point, SSP, the Self-Sufficiency Program, is just one of the programs within the Oregon Department of Human Services. And we're also working across our, other programs to really show up as one, service provider in the community. You probably have experienced many of us, and sometimes we say, well, that's our, SSP partners, that's our APD partners, that's our OEP partners, and all of that is just acronyms to you. And we really know that we need to look at how, we are more comprehensive in how we show up in communities. So that is one of the areas that we're also working across our other programs within ODHS to really, show up as one in community. And really, when I say in community, it's not just in our buildings, but really, where do we need to be at, whether it's at schools or shelters or, different areas that where we already know families are at and are requesting services from many of you as well. And to do that, we know that we can't do that alone. We definitely know the huge role that, community and community partnerships play in the delivery of our services and the expertise. We really want to ensure that we're valuing that expertise that helps us prioritize how we show up and when we need to show up and provide services in community differently. So to that end, your feedback today is going to be really critical, and your continued participation in the vision into action will help inform how we get, to from really moving this from a vision of us talking about showing up differently and talking about looking at our services upstream to really putting them into action. So I'm going to stop there because I don't want to take too much more of your time, but I really want to just say thank you for being here today. We really value your voice and your input in this process, and looking forward to seeing, what kinds of suggestions and partnership this team brings. So I'll stop there and see if there's any particular questions, but other than that, I would turn it back over to Misha. Okay, hearing none, I'll turn it back to you, Misha. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
All right, thanks so much, Yvonne. Before we go much further, I just want to go over some basic Zoom logistical things. I know not all of us work in Zoom regularly and may be unfamiliar with some of the functionality. So on your lower left-hand side, you will see that there is a mute function. You'll want to keep that on mute for most of the beginning of this meeting, and then we go on to breakout sessions. Of course, we want you to come off mute because we want to hear your thoughts and have a great conversation with you. So that is in your lower left hand. If you look towards the oh gosh, where is it? Towards the right-hand side, you will see a reaction emoji. If you need to raise your hand or you would like to do a reaction of some kind, you can do that there, your thumbs up or celebrations or whatever you're feeling in the moment, you are welcome to do that. We have our chat function. So if you are somebody who prefers to engage by chat, you are welcome to do that or to type your questions in that way. That's an option as well. We will be going into breakout sessions during this meeting in a little bit. So when that happens, please accept the breakout session when it is sent your way, because we'll be breaking out into smaller groups. We know that sometimes it's easier to share in smaller group situations. And there will be several Vision into Action work group members who will be a part of your group that will help with note taking and having that conversation. I know Yvonne mentioned it in passing. We are recording today's meeting, so I do want to make sure that you are aware that right now, yes, we are recording. We will not be recording the breakout sessions. So if you're concerned about the breakout sessions being recorded and your feedback being recorded, especially if you maybe prefer to keep your feedback a little more anonymous, your breakout session is not recorded. We will stop the recording when we go into breakout sessions. We will resume recording when we come back afterwards, and we do our report outs. And that the first half will get shared on our YouTube site so that folks who missed today can have a chance to hear what happened at the beginning of the meeting. And the second half, well, both halves will be used for our admin to be able to take some good notes and go back to the recordings and see exactly what happened. So that's the purpose there. What else do I need to go over? Oh, so interpretation, hopefully you have figured that out since we've been in the meeting for a few minutes now, but there is an interpretation that looks like a little, almost like a little world symbol at the bottom of the page where you can listen in Spanish or English. So that is there. We also have ASL interpretation. You'll notice Sarah busy working away there. And so we have that, and we do have CART services, and I believe that that information was put into chat earlier if you need CART services. So we are offering those supports today. If you are somebody who needs Spanish interpretation, ASL, or CART services specifically, please direct message me. And the way that you do that is to go to your chat, and there's a little drop down caret, and it should auto set to everybody in the meeting, but you can find me by scrolling down, and you'll see me pop up there, and you can message me directly. If you let me know that you are using ASL or Spanish interpretation or the CART services, we will make sure that when we go into breakout rooms that you have those services available to you in your breakout room. If you don't let me know, then we won't know, and I won't be able to get those supports into your room. So please do direct message me so that when Mackenzie does her magic, Mackenzie is helping support the breakout rooms. When she's helping get everything assigned, she'll make sure that there is ASL and CART assigned to your room or interpretation just based on your needs. Okay, so do let me know so that we can make sure that your needs are being met today. We wanna be sure that that is the case. And I think those were all the pieces that I needed to let you know today. Does anybody have any questions just on the basic logistics side of things and how we're going to go about stuff today? Alrighty. So with that, I am going to hand the meeting over to Dwight Palmer, who is our Service Equity Manager. And Dwight serves self-sufficiency programs. He's with the Office of Equity and Multicultural Services, and he's going to lead us through some agreements and icebreakers just to help set that safe space for us before we start sharing together as a community. Dwight.
Misha, thank you for that wonderful introduction. I talk less because I don't have to introduce myself now. So I appreciate that. Right now, let's go over some community agreements. One of the first things I want to go over is confidentiality and permission. Misha mentioned earlier that the breakout sessions will not be recorded. So we're encouraging you to speak your truth. We're encouraging you to just share what it is that will help us make a better agency. Be fully present and patient. Curiosity over judgment. If there's something that is not familiar to you or something that you're not sure about, we invite you to ask questions around that and to also speak up and sit back. Believe in people's narratives. So we're going to believe what people are telling us is their perspective, and that's both ways. Reflection on intent and impact. That is where repair work begins. And then also self-compassion, empathy for others, and then also invitation for laughter. So as we're discussing the topics and the answering questions, we also invite you to laugh when possible. One of the things also that I want to focus on in the agency as a whole is to help encourage this not only be a safe place, but also to be a brave space. And that's where we come in on based on how we show up as an agency for you. So we're going to invite you to take risks. We're going to invite you to speak your truth, to stay engaged, and just basically just speak up. And we're here to listen to you. We're here to also understand that not everything is going to be fixed in one day. This is a long-term process. So we're not here to fix everything in one day. We're here to sit with whatever it is you have to share with us, and then take that back and just reflect on the ideas and the conversations today. So with that said, I do want to ask, because when it comes to community agreements, keyword is community. Is there anything within the community agreements that you want to take out or you want to add to? And if not, we can go straight to the icebreaker, and I'll keep it real simple. If you can get write it in the chat, one word, how you were feeling today. And I'll kick us off by saying, oh, Joanna beat me to it. She put excited. I'm warm because I left my heater on and I decided to wear a flannel shirt today. I don't know why. Perfect. And then Misha, I believe this is where I turn back over to you as folks are just dropping their one word in the chat. And I see some good words in here. I see amazing, calm, scattered. I see tired. I raise my hand to that one as well. So thank you. Busy, yes. Perfect. Misha, did you want another iceberg or do you want to keep moving on the agenda?
I think that second icebreaker would be great. I did see that there's a question in the chat from Mason about resharing links to the documents. I am not sure what links were shared with you previously. We shared some documents directly. And so, yeah, it would be helpful to know what you're speaking about in particular. We will be sharing a PowerPoint here in a moment when Patty presents, and you'll be able to see a lot of the information so that we're all on the same page, level set before moving forward into the breakout session. So hopefully that is agenda and community agreements. Okay.
Yes.
So Mason, I do not have everybody's contact information, but you know what? That is a really great reminder. That's the piece that I forgot. If everybody, we're backing up a little bit here, wouldn't mind introducing yourself in the chat, because we do want to know who all's here. That way we can follow up with you later. Introduce yourself in chat. Let us know your name and what organization you're with, your pronouns. If you wouldn't mind dropping your email in there, that would be really helpful. And then we can circle back around with you as attenders for today. And I think that would be great. And I don't know if I could share in Zoom documents or not, but I will see if that is something I am able to do. If anything, I can copy our agenda into chat though, so you've got that information. And perhaps Dwight, can you copy the agreements into chat as well? That seems to be what the request was, the agreements and the agenda.
I will do that as soon as I can. I have it in a different format where I cannot copy it right away, but I will look for it, copy and paste it in there.
All right, that sounds good.
Perfect.
So with that, so let me see how we do in our time. We're doing good on time. So let's see, we've got lots of people introducing themselves right now. That's wonderful. So as people are introducing themselves, I think, Dwight, maybe you can give that next icebreaker question, and we'll just ask that everybody hold on to their response for a moment. And then when we say go, everybody can respond at the same time. It's kind of fun to see that waterfall of ideas. And it'll give people time to finish their introductions as well. Does that sound good, Dwight?
It does sound good. And I will admit that the second icebreaker, I think I have to switch it up a little bit, but it can still be one word. And I just want to know, and the reason being, actually it's going to be a number. And I'm trying to see if there's a theme here when it comes to numbers. If you can pick one age that you can go back to when everything was just right with the world, what age would that be? And I'm going to assume it's probably before we had to pay bills. Evelyn said right now. Life is good for Evelyn. Perfect. Thank you. I thought I would see more teenage years in here, but I'm seeing young adult years. Nice. You can have a wide range of ages. Awesome. Okay, Misha, I'll turn back over to you and I'll see if I can collect these in one little document.
Thank you, Dwight. All right, so we are gonna go ahead and move in to our vision into action presentation. Again, this is just to kind of make sure everybody has the same information before we get into our breakout sessions. We do know that some of you have learned about vision into action in previous meetings. So I'm going to hand it over to Patty, and Patty is our Self-Sufficiency Chief of Strategic Planning. Take it away, Patty.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to start by saying, echoing Yvonne and just saying thank you for being here. I think this is a huge part of the process of how we're going to be building an action guide this fall. And I do want to say, Yvonne said everything so eloquently and with such, authority, having done this work for 30 years, that I think what I'm going to say may pale in comparison, but what we wanted to do today is to provide just a brief overview. This won't be a detailed, dive, but for some of you who may not be familiar with what the vision is, it's just a basic, a brief summary, basically. The vision that we've created really is based in large part on community feedback, right? We've talked with you over the years, and we know what community has said in terms of how we show up and what the service delivery looks like. We also know that ODHS is really trying to shift how ODHS in general shows up, and that means focusing on equity, focusing on service, well-being, inclusivity. And so those are the things that are guiding us as we talk about vision into action. So who we are, hopefully most of you are familiar with self-sufficiency, or at a minimum, you're familiar with Oregon Department of Human Services, which is why you're here. One of the things that I do want to call out is as we're talking about this shift that Yvonne talked about, we really used to be known for, we were the eligibility people, right? So self-sufficiency was where people would go to get eligibility, to receive benefits. And that's important. I'm not saying that that's not important. It is absolutely important. You may be aware that ODHS is trying to change how we show up. And so all of our eligibility work for both the benefits that we provide, access to healthcare, all of those other things are all shifting into one program area called Oregon Eligibility Partnership. So that's been a big shift for SSP specifically. So a lot of our work is transitioning into a different program area. And so what that means is it gives us the opportunity to think about, okay, what's the work that we do? And so that's what we're really focused on right now. As Yvonne mentioned, you don't need to know or care who does what behind the scenes in ODHS. You don't need to know whether we're, APD or OEP or any of the other acronyms. We're here to listen to you today. I mean, our focus is going to be on self-sufficiency, but information that you provide about how we show up across ODHS is information that we will be bringing back and sharing back as well with our partners. Okay, next slide, please. So what we believe hopefully aligns with what you believe, that everybody deserves that opportunity to thrive and reach their potential, but not everybody has that opportunity, right? People experience challenges in their lives. It's that series of locked doors. One of the things that we're trying to focus on is how do we actually think more holistically about the services that we're providing? So it's not just, again, it's not just providing access to SNAP or access to TANF, but it's that upstream work that Yvonne talked about. How do we actually get to, helping people achieve well-being and thrive? Okay, next slide, please. Oops, sorry, I have a very active cat. The vision into action is really a temporary strategy. So I just want to acknowledge that, or not acknowledge it, but just state that right now we're looking at what can we do right now into 2024 that's really going to help us make a difference while there's a lot of other changes going on in the agency. So really, it's helping us focus, it's helping us prioritize, and that's where your voice is going to be so important, or is so important. Next slide, please. So the goals that we've identified, again, are very much aligned with, this is how we have been doing our work, this is what we've learned. I think the thing that I would call out is that these goals really summarize what we envision our core work to be. So it's that shift away from just focusing on eligibility to really looking at economic stability and mobility. These goals are intended to hold us accountable, us as in SSP staff. We know that we can't just do the work ahead of us today, but we really have to acknowledge and address systemic racism, especially because of the impact to the racial wealth gap that we know that it has produced. We want to shift to that tailored and supportive coaching and services. And I want to acknowledge, I mean, these goals are aspirational, right? We're not going to achieve closing the racial wealth gap in 2024. We'd just be honest about that. But we know we can get started. This is the direction we're going, and we need your help. So the key thing I would leave with you with these goals is really that transformation, that emphasis on our transformation is really centered on the belief that poverty alleviation is our central role. And that is a bit of a shift for us, right? That we want to go upstream. We want to address true financial well-being and other aspects of people's lives. Okay, next slide, please. So this is the how that we've identified in our vision into action. This very much aligns with the direction that ODHS in general is going. So leading with equity, partnering and collaborating both with all of you, with the 9 Tribes of Oregon, with our partners within ODHS and with other state agencies. So that partnership is really key. Honoring lived experience. I think you can safely say in past decades and years, government really approached everything with "we know best," and I think what we're trying to shift to, and we are to some degree been successful in that, is "you know best." So honor lived experience, listen to people, and who are the authors of their own lives and know what they need. And then supporting our workforce. So that's an important piece. So how do we actually attract and retain and support a diverse and well-trained workforce to do this work, right? That's going to be critical. All right, next slide, please. So what that looks like in action, these are just a few examples from each of those. So leading with equity, as many of you are aware, this previous year, we eliminated full family sanctions for TANF. That was really upon the recommendation of the community and the people we serve. So that was an example of where we were able to listen and respond in a way that made a difference. And it was really centered in equity. Partnering and collaborating. We are increasing our contracting with community and with the Tribes of Oregon. We currently have about 250 contracts, and those are increasing. And we're seeing an increase in the number of culturally specific contractors and providers. So that's exciting. Honoring lived experience. One example is we have created a youth advisory board for youth experiencing homelessness program. And that is an example of where, the people that are experiencing and are accessing services are the best people to tell us this is how we need to work. And then supporting our workforce, we've really tried to shift how we provide information about jobs, both within to promote advancement for SSP and ODHS employees, but also externally, making sure that we are making our positions and our job opportunities available to the community. Next slide, please. And then finally, a quick word about the vision into action itself is this really high level, right? We have these goals, we have, this is how we want to work. It's all really great and important. And how many times have you seen things like that don't actually create action? So our focus and what we need your help with today is really, our work right now has been focused on building out the vision into an action guide. And that action guide is that more practical, detailed set of guidelines, connecting those goals to tangible actions. And again, back to that aspirational piece, we're not going to be able to accomplish everything right out of the gate. So how do we prioritize? What's most important, especially for those of you who work with community and can give us that advice on, wow, it would be really great if you could start with this. That's the kind of work that will really help us build this into something that's going to make a difference and we can implement on the ground in 2024. So our timeline is to have a draft of this action guide developed by the end of this year. Okay, next slide, please. And we'll know we'll be successful when our communities actually tell us we're successful, right? So when the community says, yep, I actually do feel hopeful about my future. I'm experiencing that financial, that economic stability, mobility. I feel confident about my ability to thrive. That's when we'll know that we're successful. And then the final slide is really just your role here today, asking you for your advice, your direction, your expertise. The 3 questions that you see there are the 3 that we'll be asking you to discuss in the breakout groups that we'll be entering shortly. However, if you have additional thoughts, if you weren't able to say something in the meeting or something occurs to you later, we do have this email address. You can send your thoughts at any time. And then we also do have a survey with the same 3 questions that's available until a week from today. So November 9th, that survey will be open. We'll put both of those in the chat so you'll have those to access. And that is it. I will see if there are any immediate questions. And if not, I'm going to turn it back to Misha for our next steps.
Hi, Wendy. I see your comment in the chat. I'm not sure exactly what you were shared, but we do have a 2-page PDF document of Vision into Action. And I'm guessing that's what you were shared, which is this was a summary taken from that document.
And I'm not sure where we are with being able to share files. Wendy will definitely share the PowerPoint that I just shared. As Misha said, it really was basically just a kind of a unpacking that 2-page document into a more accessible format, hopefully. So we'll make sure if we're not able to provide it here, we'll get that out afterwards so that you'll have access to that PowerPoint as well.
All right, thank you. Sorry, I'm trying to do some troubleshooting here. Apparently our Spanish interpretation turned off. And so I'm busily messaging our interpreters. And we are so sorry about that if you were using that interpretation. We are working on that right now. And we'll try and get that fixed. So because I can't multitask well enough to do that and speak at the same time, I'm going to pause and I will get back to that in just a moment. We are getting ready to go into our breakout sessions. Before we do that, though, I wanted to remind everybody that if you are utilizing the ASL or CART supports, or if you are using Spanish interpretation or want to be, unfortunately, something's weird going on right now, but if you were using that and you would like to use that, please message me directly in the chat so that when we go into breakout rooms, we can make sure that you have the right supports in your room, okay? So please do message me directly so we can make those arrangements. I'm gonna go ahead and put the questions for the breakout session in our chat right now so that everybody can see them before we go into chat. And then we will get those to you in your breakout rooms as well. But they are in chat now for you so that you can see those. We are having our, we are doing good with time. So we're going to go into those breakout sessions. We are going to have a report out at 11:15, and there will be warning time for you so that you have time to be able to close your thoughts and end the conversation, and even decide as a group what you'd like to share out with everybody. So I hope you enjoy this time in conversation with each other and sharing, and we'll see you back again at 11:15. So Mackenzie, go ahead and move people into their breakout rooms. And if I receive some other requests and we have to shuffle folks a little bit, we will take care of that. I will look now.